Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Poison Okami here. Me, myself, and I back at it again with another video. And today I'm joined by the fellow wolves here, the Wolves of Despair, for another podcast. So, because Mr. Air Force here is to my left of the Discord call, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, you already know who it is, Mr. MrAirforce464. But you know what? Let's get this podcast started. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been all together, man.
It has. It has been a while, due to circumstances of work and things like that, and then just life getting in the way and our own schedules. But we are still trying to continue the podcast for you guys. And also, while we're also on topic of Mr. Air Force here, please be sure to go ahead and go to the link in the description to go order yourself an anime-themed loot crate. If you do that, use the link in the description specifically, and at the checkout, use code MrAirforce464 for 15% off of your loot crate. I promise you won't regret it.
Yes.
If you go onto E's channel, you'll find the video about it. You see what E got in his loot crate, and it is some very good anime themed stuff if you guys are looking for that. So please be sure to go ahead and check that out.
I appreciate it, Yama, supporting the cause. We love to see it.
Make sure you get that, because we have I have to set Roadman RJ on Dons. Like, people don't know about him. But Roadman RJ might have to pop out and say hello, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I should get that loot crate. Good. I want that sword. Yeah.
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 He got some.
That sword.
He actually got some fresh stuff out of that loot crate. I remember watching the video. Like,
for real.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
No, see, that sword.
I saw the sword in the group chat, and I was like, I wanna be one though. What's going on?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that sword is cold. I can't even lie. And I was like, that top, new gym top, let's go.
Definitely.
And the t-shirt as well. It's time with drip with it.
So yeah, as you guys can see, E got really nice up with the loot crate, and you guys can too if you use the code MrAirforce464. Get 15% off of your loot crate. So definitely be sure to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
The big 15. Alrighty, and to my right here we have RJxHunterz. Please go ahead and introduce yourself once again, RJ.
What is good, man? Like, RJ in the building once again. Podcast. It's been a minute, but we're here. So all the people that are asking me, we're here now. We are here now. Okay? Who said your lives have just gotten better just a little bit. So it's all right.
All right, brilliant, nice. Okay, so the podcast, this time it is my turn, which is why you guys are all watching it on the Poison Okami official YouTube channel. So because of that, means I will be hosting this week's podcast as per usual. Each of us will host the podcast. So because RJ and Eve already done theirs within like the last couple of times we recorded, it is now my turn. So I will have the topic ready for discussion, and a lot of you listening here at home, or wherever you are, if you're at work, at home, or you're studying, and you're deciding to listen to us, or you're just trying to listen to us in the background while you play some Naruto, this is some really good thought-provoking topics for you guys to think about. But E and RJ, my question for you guys is actually, who do you guys think is the weakest character to use in Naruto Storm 4, or like as if like the least viable? I'm sure E's already got an answer. So I got a good idea.
Hey yo, E, you want me to say it?
Oh, you both got the same answer.
I know we have the same answer.
Oh, that's mad. All right.
I know we have the same answer. If we don't have the same answer, then I'll be very surprised. Then that means E has changed his opinion. That's what that means.
All right, fair. Okay, well, I'll let E start, and then we'll go from there, since E had a first reaction to the question. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, E. Who do you think is the weakest character in Naruto Storm 4?
So the weakest character in Naruto Storm 4, hands down, has got to be Hidan. He is trash.
RJ was top 10 anime betrayals. RJ was not expecting that. I wasn't even expecting that.
RJ's malfunctioning right now.
Wait, I thought you were gonna say second. Not second Utakata. I thought you was gonna say Mu.
Wait, hold on. Are you trolling? There's no way you're serious.
I'm trolling you.
Okay, I was gonna say I have to come to your house.
I thought he was serious.
I have to set Roadman RJ on you.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
But now for me, it's definitely 100%.
Yeah,
you
I
go.
knew he
There
was
it
gonna
is.
say Moo. Okay.
There it is.
There's no point even using switch tech with that man in the neutral, man. Just forget about it. Just forget about it, man.
That's
It's that jutsu,
Okay.
terrible.
Yeah, I guess because like the meta or like how the game is played at a very high level,
Mm.
Moo isn't like a character who you can lead and you can rush into situations with switch tech because he doesn't really have a projectile jutsu. His jutsu is like it sort of spawns on the enemy, but like the enemy can easily just sidestep it. You know, it doesn't trap them very easily. On a moving enemy, it's not going to do anything, and you know, a good player will always be moving 24/7, or most of
Even
the time.
the poor players, like the poor players on rank, they don't even get hit by it. So it's just terrible, man.
Yeah. What I've learned is with Moo's jutsu is that you really got to try and force the situation just to trap them in it, you know, with pressure or wherever. Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one. But yeah, I can understand why you say Moo. Do you have any other reasons as to why you say Moo? Is it just a jutsu or is there more to it?
His infinite is just weird. Like, you know how characters have pseudo infinites, but his one, you have to miss the first hit
Yeah,
to
that is
get
weird.
the infinite.
Yeah.
And then you can't loop it because you have to miss the first hit again. And it's just like, what kind of infinite is this, man? What's going on? It's just not good. And then like his awakening, he gets awakening actions. Those aren't too great either. Just
Yeah.
overall, he's just like, I think the best thing about him is his tilt because you get strike back out of it. But apart from that, and like his air combo has a 360 hitbox, so people can't dash you after they sub. That's kind of it. That's kind of it. Like, if I was playing meta, and let's say I'm playing a top meta player, I don't know how I'm gonna win with Moo if Moo's on my team. Like, I'm not really gonna switch to him. I can't lie.
Yeah, that's fair. That's understandable. I get that.
But to give him some credit, what does he have again? Oh yeah, he can like land the ultimate off his jutsu, and he gets that glitch where if you get knocked down by the jutsu and then throw a kunai, when your opponent wakes up, they can't block. So
that's right. Yeah,
that's
that's the one thing I like about is the type of stun and the type of effect that his jutsu has. Because yeah, as you said, as they're dropping down to the ground, combine it for kunai, you can kind of lock them and wake up. So yeah, really useful. Before I get to my answer, I'll go ahead to you, RJ, because I'm the host, so I'd like to hear both your answers first. So yeah, RJ's, I guess you got a very similar answer, or maybe the same answer as E.
So for me, like I said, I think it is Moo as well. Obviously, I think again we've had this conversation before.
We have, yeah.
My reason is because, so for me, my philosophy is neutral is like the most important thing of the game. If you don't control the neutral, you're gonna have a really hard time. And Moo, the only thing Moo offers to neutral is obviously his tilt. Yeah, his tilt is good. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, his tilt is good. It strike backs, it leaves a puddle on the floor, but that puddle even then is a very low hitbox as well, so it's still a bit iffy. He might as well not have a jutsu. His jutsu is too specific, basically. I don't think it covers enough options. Like, it's good for like pressure. It's actually good for pressure if you have a lockdown. Like, if you have lockdown or you guard manipulation, or let's say you're running Shino or Utakata, then yeah, you can probably flex it. But even then, it's like still a bit weird because on guard pressure, someone like your combo can push them out of the jutsu as well. So it's like you can't. Sometimes it also depends on the pushback of the guard pressure or the combo. To why it's better with like Shino and stuff like that. You kind of get away with it defensively with ranged characters as well. Like, let's say someone subs and dashes in. If they dash in and use the support, and let's say they hit you, then they can get clipped by the jutsu as well. So, like I said, it has some uses, but for me, it's just not enough, in my opinion. And not having a jutsu, I'd rather have a good jutsu than a good tilt, depending on what the tilt is. For example, Yugato has a better tilt. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Yugato is also a point character, so she's good out on the field when they're not. Moo, on the other hand, he's not great out on the field. He's mainly good. His close combat's decent. Like, he has good guard pressure. I mean, he has an infinite that's already kind of specific, but that's where he mostly shines, I would say, like, in terms of combat. But in terms of neutral, it's mainly just his tilt, which means he needs to be out on the field. But why would you have Moo out on the field when you can have someone else out? Shino, even Utakata. I'd rather have Utakata out on the field than him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like that's why for me, like he just doesn't. The stuff he does have to offer, it's like why? Why? What's the point? Why would I do? I can get someone else to do exactly what he does, but better. Do you see what I'm saying?
100%. And to
So
add
it's
on what you
like,
just said, yeah,
so
like
it's
for
like
example,
why?
wait,
You're gone.
I was just gonna say like Rasa, you know, you can do that wake up for Okuna, you can't block. I will just pick
Yeah,
Rasa. He can do the same
yeah.
thing. Why would I pick Mu? For what? Like what makes him goodly unique? Like
It's like you
honestly,
have.
why would I
If
pick
you're
him?
fundamentally sick, then you can make it work. Like you said, like for example, Poison, you've played him, and I've seen you do well with him. But that's because like you're good. You as an
Mm,
individual, or E if he was to pick him
Yeah.
up, you two, right? You both are fundamentally strong, so you can pick Mu and make him look like amazing. Make people think, no, what do you mean? Mu is good. Look what Poison's doing. But yeah, that's because his fundamentals are good. His fundamentals are strong. E's fundamentals are strong, or whoever's fundamentals are strong to why they're able to do that. And that's why I feel like even a lot of players nowadays, like they'll do a good with a character and be like, oh, this character is top tier. It's like, no, give yourself some props. Do you know what I'm saying? You
Mm.
made that character shine. That character didn't make you shine. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So give
yeah.
yourself some props there. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I feel like with Mu. I feel like if you're playing Mu, you need to rely on your own fundamental skill rather than the character itself. Do you see what I'm saying?
hmm
And that's why,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I feel like Mu is the worst character in the game. This is obviously going off the top of my head, as well as obviously having the conversation with you guys before.
Mm.
But yeah, that'd be my opinion. Yeah.
That's fair. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I can see why you guys think Mu is like, the worst. Personally, I wouldn't say he's the worst for me, but I definitely would acknowledge that, like, I think on our joint tier list, there was the spare tier list that we did together. I think we all decided to put Mu quite low, like probably on the. I think it was like
Yeah.
on the bottom tier with like a few other characters, which I definitely
Mm.
still
Yeah.
do agree with. Like if I were to think of him in a tier list compared to like the other 100 something characters that we have in the game, he would still be sitting like low at the bottom.
Yeah.
And yeah, like what you're saying, RJ is right. Like really good players can pick up typically bad characters and just perform well with them.
Yeah.
And because RJ's a Tekken player, he can sort of reference this to Tekken, like in was it the Tekken World, the World Tournament thingy majig, back like a couple of years ago. Was it
Yeah. So gig ass, gig
Rangchu, was it? No. Yeah.
playing Kuma,
Yeah, he won
the
the
panda.
whole he
Yeah.
won the whole thing playing with the bears. No one
I saw
plays with the
that. That
bears.
looked hilarious, bro. I'm
Yeah.
getting beaten up by a bear. That looked
Yeah,
hilarious.
Harada even himself was like, really? Because he literally went on stage and like, the creator of Tekken himself was just like, seriously? What?
He deserves an award for that.
we got like, top tier like Devil Jin, Dragonovs or whatever, and like, Akuma players, and like someone comes in with Kuma or Panda and wins, like you lot are right. Like, yeah, like knee, like you're good. So it's like, yeah, it's like the same for Naruto, I guess. Like a really skilled player can pick up a character is considered really low tier, quite trash, and sort of make them somewhat viable if you play them right. I guess on a really good day you could,
Yeah.
but yeah, but even like what he was saying, like bring it into a meta match versus other top players, like if you were to go against like a really good player and they're using like Danzo, Sage Six Path Madara, and
Ugh.
Yugito or Hashirama or something, Mu ain't gonna contribute much to that battle. He just loses in everything. The reason I like Mu is because I like his tilt a lot. I'm a tilt fanatic, and what you said, RJ, is really considerable about like thinking about tilt and jutsus and stuff. Yeah, his jutsu ain't great. His tilt isn't amazing either. Like I think it's better because I remember specifically how Mu's tilt was in Revolution. It was very slow.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was very slow.
that was
God,
just
it was
absolute trash.
useless.
Like I'm not gonna lie, Storm 4 was a real godsend for speeding up a lot of the characters. Like like a lot of the characters. If you go back to Revolution and play it now, like Hashirama is really slow. Suigetsu, Zabuza, Konan, they were all extremely slow characters. But in this game, they've just got massive speed buff to their animations and their strings. even their tilts as well for Mu. So
Hashirama got nice.
yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Alive Hashirama was extremely slow back in the day.
Hashirama got nice.
I
Yeah.
still
Oh
used
my-
him though. I still liked using him.
Yeah,
but
I
he
remember.
was
I
extremely
remember
slow.
used to use it, but like if he was as slow, if Alive Hashirama was as slow as in Rev, he'd go down the tier list. He wouldn't be A tier.
Oh,
No, honestly.
yeah. The speed he
Honestly.
got, because it's a lot harder to tilt for his combos now. Like after
Yeah.
his like IC2
Oh, you
or
have to hold
IC3.
the whole up combo.
Yeah, you have to, and he can even
It's
jail
long.
it if
And
they
then he
execute
can
it right.
jail the air hit and then keep
Yeah,
going. Oh, your
that's
gut's
it.
breaking.
Yeah, like
It's long.
Hashirama is he's a madness. But for my weakest character, I'm actually stuck between two, and maybe you guys can help me
Go on.
decide actually. So, well, actually, I'm stuck between a few, but the other character I have in mind might spark a massive debate. But
Go on.
a couple of characters I have in mind is one PTS Sasuke. I don't rate him very well in this game.
Okay.
The
Alright.
reason why I didn't
Yeah.
reason why I didn't rate him very well in this game is because I'm not
I'm
sure
with
if
you on that.
I'm not sure if you guys seen my recent video about like old Storm mechanics, but I included a clip from Turtle Sensei's channel of him doing a Sasuke mirror match back in Generations. PTS Sasuke was arguably like one of like the greatest characters in Gens because of all the cancels and the pressure he had, but
100.
because of all the changes in the mechanics over the years and what they've taken out of Storm 4, a character like him who needs cancels, because of the cancels that it's been taken out, like tilt cancels and stuff, and like the plus frames that he had on his air hit has all been taken away from him. So like he's just really bad now. So like the only thing I feel is good is like, yeah, he's got like a decent fireball, it comes out fast, but like other than that, like he can't gel. His first hit is extremely fast, comes out at 5 frames, great, but
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
than that, like
Calm. You need to watch my PTS Sasuke guide. That's all I'm
No,
gonna
but
say.
that's the. But this is the
this is
the
RJ's
thing I
argument though,
always say.
is like you're
This
good.
is the thing I always say. Yeah, just because a character has tech doesn't mean that they're good.
Yeah, no,
You see
I
what I'm
hear you.
saying?
I hear you. I hear you. I hear
Like
you.
I know I've seen your Sasuke guide, yeah, right? I've seen it, yeah, and I've seen you play Sasuke, and I've played against your PTS Sasuke, yeah. You make him work, but we go back to my original statement. You're known for being one of the strongest fundamental players in the game, yeah. So naturally speaking, if you pick up a character that's low tier, you're gonna how your brain works. You're gonna work around it and be like, oh, that's sick. And that's why, again, going back to I want to bring this up now. I'll touch on it, but like we'll talk about it later on in it. But that's why when I was watching Reiko's tier list when he made, I was like,
yeah, I get you.
I was like, I feel like he's putting those characters there because he's made them work rather than the character itself being strong. You see what I'm saying?
I haven't
And
actually
that's
seen
why
the
I
tier
mean,
list, so I'm afraid I still need to see it, but it's
if you want, I took a picture. I'll happily send it to you.
yeah, you have to sometime because I haven't actually seen it.
But
before.
going back to obviously Peter Sasuke, like I said, he has tech. He has some good stuff about him as well. But it's the same principle as Mu. Why? What's the point? Why am I
like with me and PTS Sasuke, like I love PTS Sasuke. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I used him in Generation, Storm 3. I don't think I used him in Rev and Storm 4 because I just find it fun to play him.
In
and
Gens,
I like
he
the
was at
character.
his best. Like he literally peaked in Gens.
Bro,
literally.
Oh my days!
Remember,
I'm not. I wasn't like I played Gens, but I wasn't good. I was still noob, scrub. When I went back to Storm 3 and I was watching Gens gameplay, bro, Rasen Shuriken is broken. It was broken. I said hit, jump, Jack Shuriken. Hit, jump, Jack Shuriken. Demon Shuriken, sorry. Demon Shuriken, so yeah. And I'm thinking, what? That's a true god pressure. It's broken. I was like, oh god. I said, how'd you get stunned? I was like, yeah, no, that's broken.
It's disgusting. I mean, you can still use it as true guard pressure in a Storm 4, but it takes skill. That one, you just have to jump and throw it out.
Yeah, but that one, it's like they've made it so it has less like block stun. So like characters like, for example, Tell Beast Bob Naruto, yeah, he can do it. Do you know what I mean? But like, and even, to be fair, like if you have it, you can do it. But if you're even the slightest part of that one, you had things. Yeah, you was in a true mix from there. If you decided to grab, guess what? You better be ready. You know what I mean? And then you still have the tilt cancels. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is not a game I'd want to play in, bruv. It'd be fun
nice
for combos,
low-cost.
like for styling, sick. But competitive, I'm right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
I'm right.
That's
Yeah.
why Generations were so fun. I think not a lot of people play meta as much as they do today. So a lot of people played Storm for fun. Like,
Yeah.
and there were so many fun mechanics in Generations with the tilt cancels, the grab cancels. What else was there?
I'm naturally competitive, so even when I'm playing for fun, I'll get like I'll still have that competitiveness in there for me, innit? So if that happens to me, I'm not gonna be screwing. I'm gonna be screwing. I'm gonna be like, yeah, GG's. Screwing.
Styling and meta in Generations were literally like the gap between them. It was like you were playing another game when you jumped into the meta.
Yeah, it's just because of how the tracking on a lot of the jutsus, and the meta wasn't very big either. It consisted of very few characters like Onoki, Massman, Tenten, like PTS Gara, maybe even like Hiran and Kimimaro. But you know, it's just like God, Gen's meta was weird. So weird. But yeah, so PTS Sasuke was like one of them. I didn't, you know, he's such like he just seems really like taijutsu based, but not even strong. Like, you know, he's got a taijutsu tilt, and then obviously like his combos aren't got any like big stun or anything massive in them, and he's got a very basic air combo. His grab just grounds them, and you know, like there isn't like much opportunity. So I don't find PTS Sasuke great. There isn't like a lot of avenues for other things. I feel like in a team he doesn't go too well personally either. Again, he's got a Fuma Shuriken, which is great, but other than that, like, yeah, he ain't really great. And obviously his jutsu's like decent. You know, he's got a fireball. And then the other, a lot of people, I mean, I'm pretty sure you two are gonna be like, what? But another one for me is probably like Tsunade as well. Like Tsunade's got a great jutsu. She's got a really good jutsu, really good pressure. I've used it for years. I've used her from like gens as a support all the way up to now, and she's great pressure, you know, creates good stun, you know, lifts them up into the air. You can follow up with an air combo even if they try to recover if you're fast enough. Again, just combos just aren't doing anything. Yeah, she's got that infinite if you land it on like small characters or whatever. You know, I had a whole fucking struggle with the infinite. And then like tilt, again, it's just not a great tilt. Grab's decent because it can get strike back, sure. It can create distance. I like that, yeah. Like, you know, I gotta rate the grab. But the tilt, nah. Combos, nah. How is she in the team? Good jutsu, but other than that, yeah, air combo is pretty like, you know, not great either. So, and Awakening's good. I'll give her that. But I don't know. Tsunade isn't really someone I ever think about because she's just not. I don't know. She just doesn't fascinate me with her moveset.
Yeah, because I used to say the same thing. Tsunade's pretty whack, but I've seen people make her work, and you know, she has a decent tool. Obviously, you can abuse her jutsu, but at the same time, it's like, why would you use her when Sakura is there?
Exactly right, and Tsunade gets interrupted in her jutsu more than Sakura does. Like,
100%.
Things. But that's the thing. The only reason why I wouldn't say she's the worst is because her jutsu isn't bad.
Yeah,
Moo's jutsu is bad. Sasuke's jutsu isn't. PTS Sasuke's jutsu isn't as bad as Moo's, but in my opinion, it's not great.
You know what? His fireball is actually decent because it's a standard fireball.
His fireball is decent.
Yeah,
if you know how to use it, then it's decent. If you don't know how to use a standard fireball,
actually,
then
yeah, that might save it. You know, that might make me put Sasuke above him.
What?
What's a better? What would you prefer? Oh wait, nah, I don't know now.
What?
Sasuke with the fireball or Tsunade's jutsu? I would still. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Sasuke because
I'm saying Sasuke's fireball as well. Yeah, exactly.
I get strike back as well.
I have a history.
But you can still cancel the jutsu. Like you can still go into guard pressure. Like it still tracks you. Like you dash off to a jutsu.
Yeah, but they can just throw a shuriken at you and it interrupts you. Like
yeah,
and then they get punished by your switched character.
It's too easy to shut down.
Yeah,
Tsunade, so hard.
I didn't like Tsunade's approach. Yet she doesn't have an approach, like not like a great approach. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They both suck, but I just
Sasuke doesn't suck.
They keep getting defensive again.
Listen. Okay, what tier would you put Tsunade in?
I put her in like high D tier myself.
Yeah. Okay, RJ.
I'd probably put. if you're asking what tier I'd put Sasuke, and I slapped them both in D tier, bruv. You mean?
Bro, oh my days. But PTS Sasuke
slapped
has a
them
jail,
both.
though. He has a jail.
Huh?
He
Yeah, but
actually has a jail.
Is
Yeah,
it
but
an
that-
actual confirmed jail? Like, is it?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
but
in my
even
guide.
if there's a jail, that's still
Okay.
not enough to move me up to C tier. Like,
Listen.
Moo has a jail.
Listen, does he?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've gelled with me before. Yeah.
Moo has a
They
jail, but
swear.
Moo's still dead.
Oh no. I did not know
He
that.
was like, this man messed up my whole flow, bro.
literally. I had to rip into Mew. Not gonna lie to you.
That's what
He
I'm
messed
saying.
up
Like,
my
I think
whole
you two
flow.
need to play Moo a little more. You know?
No,
Like, just-
what do you mean?
I hate him.
know.
I hate him.
I
can't
know.
lie. That man
I've
has
already
neutral.
gone through him. You already know
Yeah.
me. I love the lab.
Yeah, I know you like Labbin, but no, I relate
love
to
the
I
Lab.
relate to what he's saying. Like, there's just some characters you play them and just the way they move and just the way they cancel.
Yeah, they just feel nice.
like
It feels nice. It feels weird. Yeah.
like this isn't related to being obviously the worst characters, because obviously PTS Gara in my opinion is one of the greatest characters, but I don't play PTS Gara because I don't like the way he is. He feels too clunky. He isn't fluid like the other characters. Canceling with him just feels like a chore. I hate it.
Facts. It's like the sign gold is weighing him down. He genuinely feels heavy.
Literally, like you can feel the weight of it, and like chakra dashing out of his air combo feels like a chore too sometimes. Like I know Odogara is not the same as
Bro,
well,
do you know who
it's
feels
terrible.
nice to move with? Yeah, and you don't would be like, I know for a fact you're not gonna be like, yes, that's it. But carrying Sasuke feels so sweet.
Kidding
Oh,
Sasuke is
Oh,
amazing.
move with him. Oh,
He's
it just
amazing.
feels
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Oh
It just
my
feels
God.
so. It feels so right. Like you're just
Yeah.
there, like yeah. Him.
You know-
Oh, it's just so. It's not too
Bro,
fast, not too
bro.
slow. Like, oh, it's great.
This is why I love Generations, because like damn near 90% of the cast felt like Kirin Sasuke.
Oh,
Tell me I'm
so-
lying. Yeah,
yo,
man.
yo,
Tell me
so
I'm lying.
Big facts, dude. Big, huge facts. Like that's what I love about gens is because everybody just sort of felt this. Like they felt smooth. They felt fluid. You know, canceling, jumping out of combos and jumping out of tilts just felt right. It felt no
But
one
don't you feel like it's
felt too clunky.
sorry, go on.
Yeah, that's pretty much my point. It's just it felt amazing back then.
Don't you feel like it's better though, having different like they move differently? Like some move heavy, some move light.
Yeah,
I like
'cause-
that variety.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of it kind of reminds me of like Smash in a way, because Smash is like that with the characters. Like they all feel a bit
Like I
different.
like that variety because I like, for example, like I like the fact that Gara moves the way he does because, for example, if I'm doing like his 2-hit or like his direction jump or his ninja move, I don't want him to have like a long thing. I want to just do quick zap, jutsu switch off, quick time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I don't. Do you know what I mean? If he moves too far, it's a bit long. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm complaining because he does it. It's fine. But I mean, like, I like that variety because it just makes it so. You know how they say characters cons make the character's identity what it is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
For example, like Deidara, like the fact that Deidara can't combo all of his combo, relying on his 2-hit to convert is also a part of why you have to use him in the air more than the ground.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
Deidara was
It
perfect,
gives him
we
his
could just
identity.
combo him all the time. Then he wouldn't have to. You wouldn't say, "Oh, Deidara is an airborne character. You want to play him in the air more than grounded." But because he can't play grounded, he now has the identity of when you come against a Deidara player, he's going to be jumping a lot. He's going to be, doing that. He's going to be doing his air combo a lot. So it's like that con made him more interesting because you have to play him like in the air, which I think the only other character I would say does that is like Tenten. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like. That's why I'm saying, like, even though someone isn't good, that means you have to rely on something else, which makes them stand out. You see what I mean? Whereas if everyone's the same, they just want to stand out to me.
I get you. And I like half agree, but at the same time, I can't say I want to pick up a character and then feel the weight of their
That's
like
just
fat.
preference for you.
That's
isn't
just
it?
like ugh, I don't want to feel that.
That's just preference for you. Some people might like that. I like it.
Oh, you like it? So you
yeah.
like playing PTS Gara?
I do like
and
it.
you like him feeling heavy.
Yeah, because like
I like it though. I
You're
like
mad.
the-
You're mad.
Yeah,
You're
it
mad.
is a little
It's
mad. not gonna lie.
different.
Like,
It's
You're
just
mad.
different. It feels nice.
I'm used to
You're
being
mad.
able to like. I'm used to being able to cancel when I want to cancel and chakra dash when I want to chakra dash, but sometimes PTS Gara is like nah. Like older Gara, I like because our older Gara feels much more fluid than PTS. So I always go towards if I feel like wanting to play the character Gara in general, I will just forget that PTS even exists and I'll play older Gara because older Gara just feels better than PTS.
Oh, 100%. Like he still has a bit of weight to him because when you play Kirin Sasuke and you play Gaara, there's actually a difference. But it's not heavy where it's like, ugh.
Yeah, like
Gaara.
even older Gaara.
But they're also. But you're gone.
As an even older Gaara, he can't even like you can't chakra dash out of Zero combo properly. Sometimes like you got to input it like a good 2 times if you're doing it like, on the starting frames. It's a pain in the ass. But,
but the fact that they ninja move like they take less distance, that means they're safer in their ninja move at the same time though, because they're not now spending as long a time.
That's debatable because like Mifune's ninja move is absolute garbage. Like the distance is so short. That's why whenever I play him,
the distance is short. You recover if you was to ninja move the exact same time as a Minato, you would recover sooner than a Minato would. That's what I'm saying.
That's debatable because when I use ninja moving or kunai ninja moving to run away, so that distance actually helps me out because my opponent has to travel a greater distance to punish me.
But that's in that case scenario. But I'm saying, right, if you was to do a ninja move, even if you was to like throw kunai, right, you're gonna recover sooner than the Minato, which means if someone has less time to punish you. You see what I'm saying? Obviously there's pros and cons to both sides, but I'm saying the fact that Mifune recovers faster than Minato, that can still be a con in order of why you're so safe with Mifune and hard to catch. You see what I'm saying? Because maybe that heaviness from Mifune makes you recover faster. So now even though you do ninja move, you're still harder to catch because you're recovering faster, which means you still have access to everything. Jutsu, tilt, block, all the rest of it.
I hear you in theory, but it doesn't work in gameplay because I've tried that. It's garbage.
What?
When you're playing with Mifune,
how many times you've ninja moved and I've like been late to punish you?
No, I mean like not his normal ninja move. I mean his kunai ninja move. That is garbage. Like the way you drop to the floor is absolute garbage.
Oh, I hate Kiba's, both PTS and older Kiba's ninja move shuriken. Oh my god, he sinks into the ground and it's just so unsafe. Like,
literally,
I hate
and in that moment, they just feel mad heavy. It's just like I can't.
Yeah, but then that just means you have to rely on other stuff. Then if you're saying that it's kunai, but that's cool. Would you want to catch?
That's not cool. That's not cool. That's why I don't use it. It's not cool, bro.
It's not cool,
man. Nah, they can't. Every character having like the best movement is boring.
I get.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's so boring.
Like obviously, everyone shouldn't have the best movement, but I've actually been thinking while you guys are chatting. You know who's got the best backwards ninja movement?
Who?
Rock Lee. Rock Lee's got the best one. Deadass, he just does one singular backflip and he goes straight into block instant, I swear. Like I've actually
it's the safest.
He goes back into block quick.
Which one, the old one or the young one or both?
Old one. Like the amount of times I backwards ninja moves in front of people and it forces them to chakra dash, but then they go straight into my block because he just like he goes a distance, but like he just blocks right away. Like it's so it feels like you have control. Like I don't know. Like I love his specifically his back ninja move. Like no shuriken attach either. His back ninja move. Like he just does like a straight like athletic backflip type thing, and then like he goes straight into block, and it just feels nice.
Does it for like generations?
Almost, yeah. Not entirely, but almost. But yeah, like next, if you guys pick up like if you guys start playing Rock Lee again, if you just do it in front of someone, you won't find yourself getting caught out very often.
True. You know who I feel like who has an underrated ninja move? 6-pass Madara. No one really talks about it. Like if you backwards ninja move,
his ninja move is sick. I thought everyone knows that.
But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like I can't catch you in certain frames. Like
bro, he start up to his ninja move. He's so quick. He's just
literally.
But he's not the only one though. Itachi and Shisui are exactly the same.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say Itachi, Shisui, Minato, Madara, even other Madaras like Storm 3 Madara. They start up to their ninja move. They're off. They're just
the way they backflip is like I've had so many people where I backflipped with Shisui and Itachi. They chakra dash me, but like the chakra dash doesn't connect because like I guess like my hurt box is like somewhere in the fucking air or whatever, and their chakra dash is on the ground. So it's like every time they try to get me when I'm backdashing, they just never catch me. I'm just like, you just wasted a chakra dash. Brilliant.
No, literally. But at the same time, when I see people dodge my dashes with those characters, I don't rate them. It's like, that's not you, that's the character.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's so funny. Like, I like it when it's me doing it with Shisui, Itachi, and Madara, but when it happens to you, I'm just like, nah, you didn't deserve that.
You don't deserve that.
That's when I'm like, now I got a problem. I should be punishing the
Mate,
ninja movement.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine if Choji was moving like Minato? Nah,
That would
be
annoy
funny.
me.
That would be
annoy
that'd be weird.
I'd be
wouldn't it?
vexed.
That'd be so weird. Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
Oh, my
yeah. Sit down,
God.
Choji. What are you doing?
No, honestly.
And I actually has one more character. Like this,
Yeah, I was literally
this
gonna
is
ask.
this is the one that's gonna spark like a debate because
Gonna say Kaguya.
no.
Imagine.
This guy is a very situational based character. This is
Okay, so it's not kind of cool.
no. It's none of the female ninja. It's actually
I'm still slapping Konan in detail. I'm telling you.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm
jokes.
still dead. I'm still slapping him.
But the character I'm thinking of, and it's a character like I just don't like on his own, is Sasori.
Oh, I hear you.
Oh,
I hear
you have a vendetta against
Yeah,
this
no,
character, you
honestly.
know. I'm convinced
So
you do not rate him, but I can't put him that
I
low.
can't put him there because
How?
I wouldn't-
bare tools.
that's the thing. Like on his own, like okay, so like I'll talk about him on his own, then I'll talk about him like in a team. Like this is where it sparks like debate and controversy. Because Sasori on his own, in my opinion, is terrible. The fact you can chakra dash with his puppet on an open opponent and get an open chakra dash yet miss the combo is disgusting
Yeah.
to me. How,
His combo is
that's
terrible.
true.
that is
That's
absolutely disgusting. Like I'm actually so
Yeah.
disappointed that I can actually catch like I can punish a ninja moving opponent with my puppet, but as soon as I start mashing circle or I'm preemptively mashing circle, it doesn't land. Like they can block or whatever. Like that is disgusting to me.
But don't you feel that's because like don't you feel that way that he's more unsuited to you than the character itself? Because you're someone who likes combat. You like close combat. That's what you do. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, you like mashing. You like pressing the O button.
Right.
So do you feel like Sasori is a character for me where he is solely neutral based? His combos is whack.
Yeah,
Why?
it-
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I guess what you're saying sort of ties in with what you were saying earlier with like Data, for example. Like he plays in a certain way because he doesn't work in other ways.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah.
My problem is with Sasori. It's just like the art of chakra dashing into an opponent and starting a combo seems like it should be a thing that everybody should be able to do, and the fact that he can't do that very well with his broken ass puppet is just annoys me. It just seems like something that CC2 actually seriously needs to fix, but they're not going to. Obviously.
Yeah, of course. I agree as well.
So that annoys me, and then. I don't know, his combos in general seem bad. Obviously, he's got his up combo infinite thing. That's cool.
Which is inconsistent.
Yeah, it is inconsistent. Yeah, and then obviously he's got his jutsu, which is great for strike back, and then his grab, which is great for strike back, and his tilt, which you can land after the grab, which is nice, and poison and
and
whatever.
sub trap.
Like he's got good stuff. It's just I guess my problem is it's sort of like what RJ said actually.
It's mainly the combo, isn't it?
For my play style, it doesn't work. And like it's not that I can't play puppets because I get along really well with like PTS Conqueror and Conqueror. Like I can play Conqueror very well. Like because you can chakra dash people and actually land your combos, which is great. I can be aggressive with them. I can play like how I want to, but Sasori is like you gotta play like in a certain way, which I don't like.
You have to play like this kind of counter-attacky, defensive, switchy
Garbage.
And it's just so slow and boring to me because you're always waiting on
Honestly.
your opponent, and
but that's what I mean. That's what I mean though. That boringness, is it more boring or bad? Because it still works.
Yeah, it's fucking
It still
garbage.
works.
Nah, it's trash. Like, it's garbage. Like, nah, like a Sasori player can fight me now. I'll fucking destroy him right now. I swear down. Because like, I'm throwing
Hey,
out all
yo,
the smoke.
Blaker, did you hear that?
Yeah, no, I'm throwing out all the smoke at anybody who thinks they're a good Sasori. Like, dash me, come towards me with Sasori. Watch me, watch me chakra shuriken and watch that bitch fall down. You're open.
I'm done. You know
All
what's
it
a
takes
good
is
counter
chakra
to
shuriken.
puppet?
That's all it takes.
That I discovered the other day. I was playing Grosh in it, and then I was just spamming Hokage Naruto's, Boruto Naruto's tilt.
Yeah.
Literally every time I did it in front of his puppets, they just fell down. I was like, lol, I'm using
it's
this.
like-
But hold on. This also ties into. I don't know if you lot saw my video on team building. So Sasori, I don't see him as a point character. I think he's support.
I feel like he's a mixture of both, because obviously
No,
he's on
he
point.
has point character qualities, but like for example, his grab, but jutsu switching on him, his jutsu is grounded, which gives you wake up options. His grab, strike back, you can grab again, tilt, you got wake up options again. He's setting up his opponent. Do you see what I'm saying? You can do jutsu switch into jutsu switch into jutsu switch. You can do that with him. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, he does have point character qualities, but the fact that his combos are so bad, why would you have him out? Do you see what I'm saying? You go in, you do your thing, you come out.
I don't like the play style because, like, top players play him like in a very like they use him as the main, but they'll do double strike back. Like, if let's take like
they'll just play pure neutral strike back based.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've seen top puppet players pick Sasori and put Naruto the Last and Pain on it, and then that's it. And then they do every strike back option move available. So grab and jutsus like 24/7 to initiate strike back, and that's the style. It's I'm gonna strike back you and keep using the same grab and the same jutsu over and over again. There's like it just gets very like I know there's no creativity, there's no movement, there's no combos, there's no cancels. It's just very cut and dry, waiting for you. They're stood in one spot of the map the whole time. It's just like
that's what I mean. Something can be boring and still work. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you that it is a boring.
I'll make it not work. I'm gonna destroy all. I'm gonna destroy all puppets. I'm breaking them in half.
I'm breaking them.
I'm snapping that shit over my knee.
Poison has some vendetta against Sasori, like I said.
The thing is, I love puppets like Chio and Kankuro and them. Like they're chill. Like I just don't like Sasori. Like, and it's not that I can't beat Sasori. I've beaten many Sasoris in my time. It's just looking at it makes me feel sick.
Oh man! For me, in conclusion, I can't put him low tier because he's already displayed that he has relevance.
Oh wow, you forgot about his awakening as well. He actually has it.
You know what his awakening is?
I think on the puppets even
I think it was funny, and this is where I feel like sometimes I feel like CC2 do these things on purpose. His combos suck, bruv. They don't even combo. Yeah. but his neutral is still sick. Do you see what I mean? I'm convinced they do this on purpose. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm convinced they knew what they was doing when they made these characters. They looked at Sasori and went, dead combos, sick neutral. I'm convinced. Because his neutral is good. It's just his combos are dry.
Yeah, they are.
So Sasori, like, he's got a really good awakening, and sometimes that's like things I forget in some characters how amazing their awakenings is. And I've had it where I've gone against Sasori players. They use their pain.
Oh yeah, there we go. I can also say that. PTS Sasuke don't even have an awakening. Dead awakening, bro.
What do you mean?
His awakening is nothing different. Like it's the same moveset.
No. Listen. You're picking about the wrong outfit. You're picking the wrong outfit.
No, you're talking about the blue outfit with the top, bro. It's still dead, bro.
No, it's not. Love that bad boy, bro. Love that bad boy. You're the love one, innit? Love that bad boy, fam. Take the time to love PTS Sasuke. He's actually a fun character to use.
No, he is fun. I play him too. They're fun, but there's fun and there's good.
Yeah, that's it.
You like fun characters. If a character can be strong. If they're not fun, you are interested.
I'm not. Why am I gonna play a strong, non-boring character?
That's
what I'm saying. There's a difference between fun and strong, and we're talking about strength, not fun. If this is a fun list, then you might be top tier.
Jiraiya be S+, I'm telling you.
Honestly. Yeah, no, obviously you're not going to take him into a metal battle, but he's definitely not D tier. He's definitely not D tier. He's at least C tier.
Nah, he's D tier.
That's nice, E. That's nice. Yeah.
Oh my god. Cool. Clearly I need to put PTS Sasuke on the map. I done it with Mifune, I did it with Masterman.
Difference is Mifune is actually good. That's the difference.
It's true. Mifune is good.
But PTS Sasuke, nah, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I can't do that.
You know what? You know what it is?
He has the fastest first hit in the game, but who's he outmashing?
Listen. You know what it is? You've got your nostalgia goggles on for generations. That's what it is.
Of course it is.
God! You can't appreciate what he is now because he's fallen so far. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I come from a place where I've seen PTS Sasuke at his peak, like where he's at his highest, and he was doing incredibly well. Like he just had so much going for him, so much opportunity, so much potential. He had avenues, like the combos you can do from his tilt into air hits, into his regular hits, into his jutsus and stuff like that. He was doing the most back in Generations, but it didn't help that obviously CC2 was taking out tilt cancels and ninja moves into grabs and ninja moves into tilt, so like that made him a lot fundamentally weaker. And yeah, Storm 4, like obviously as someone who loved gens and put a lot of hours into gens, and I even had PTS Sasuke in my top 3 list at one point in gens. Like he just got sort of left behind in the dust. Like CC2 kind of just threw him in the trash.
Literally. But he's still not D tier. He's still not D tier though.
He's D-tier. There you go. Oh, this guy.
Nah. He's not D tier. I don't care.
First Konan, now this. Oh.
If you dare say Konan is D tier?
I mean, like Konan's pretty good actually. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
I put Konan in C tier.
Konan, if I'm being real, she's literally at the bottom of C tier, bro.
As long
And
as
the only reason why,
Yeah, I'd say C tier.
the only reason why she's at the bottom of C tier is because her awakenings are.
Because of her awakening, like I even think without the awakening, she's pretty good.
Dead awakening.
Okay.
She had no, that's the thing, but she had a dead awakening. Mum's just going D tier.
God.
I swear to God, she'll be going D tier, bro. No forward momentum, nah, out the window. Her combo potential, bro. She's a point character that can't point character.
Yeah, I'll actually give you that. You can't play Konan traditionally, otherwise you're getting boxed. I can't lie.
That's why I said. That's why I said she's a point character that can't point character. That's why she's D tier.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like what she's got going. Like I like.
Yeah, of course. If they buffed her hitbox and her forward momentum, bro, she'd actually be good.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I feel like Storm 4 they tried to buff Konan, but like they kind of failed because like again she was another character who was really slow and not really great in the older games. Like she was very slow animations, slow strings, like really easily punished and stuff. So their answer was like, okay, yeah, we'll speed her up too. But like like what RJ said, like her hitbox is almost like non-existent. So like, so like,
do you know how many times that I actually tried it when E was preaching her? I was like, you know what, yeah. Let me see what's going on. Bro, there's been times I'm in front of them and I'm just throwing paper in their face and they're just looking at me like
literally.
And then you go from that what's going on? And I'm like, bruh, I can't even play you support.
Yeah.
Like a jutsu like that.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's why but that's where like I actually like Konan because her combos are a bit lackluster. It forces me to use her tilt, which is nice. Like I like her tilt. It's got a good hitbox, good range. It comes out kind of fast as well. I'm pretty sure you can convert off of it. You can convert off her tilt.
You can convert off her tilt. Yeah,
you can. Yeah,
exactly.
Precise though.
Yeah. So you know, the rest of her stuff is great. Like her grab's like, but her tilt and her jitsu I really enjoy using, and her chakra shuriken as well. The stun from that as well, I like that.
Right. You know what makes me sad though? Her chakra shuriken comes out so slow. It's like Sugetsu throwing a paper tag. It's just like, why are you so trash?
Yeah.
How I would buff. This actually goes on to a question I had as well. How I would buff Konan? Yeah, I'd make her grab, strike back. Yeah. Like, make her knock it away. Yeah, I'd make her grab strike back.
You put a knockback on it, yeah.
Yeah, I'd put a knockback on her grab so it has option to strike back, yeah. Because I feel like that'd be good for Konan. I'd make her jutsu it grounded, yeah, and I'd speed up her chakra shuriken.
Ooh,
that would make Konan really strong, you know? That'd make her viable. Because maybe increase the hitbox of some of her hits.
Her combos are still dead. Yeah, maybe increase the hitbox. But even if I wasn't to do that, her combos are still dead. But neutrally, she's gonna be mad.
Yeah. That would make her better. Yeah. That would move her higher in the C tier, you know? Like that put her from my bottom C tier. Yeah.
If they did all of that, yeah, she'd do it.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, maybe touch up the speed at the start of the tilt, but that's maybe.
Yeah, because you can't use it on reaction. You can't use it on reaction.
Like that's why I said maybe. Just because she has dead combos, you can maybe get away with that.
Yeah, let's nice that tilt a little bit more.
You know what I mean? Nice to tilt a bit, like a sneaky one. You know the ones they do it, but it's not in the patch notes. You know what I'm saying?
Sneaky thing,
These hidden buffs, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
secret folder.
Quick top, you know what I mean? Like that'll be alright. Because then now you have to be careful how to pressure her. You're pressuring her, bap, switch, pain tilt, whatever you want to do, conversion, strike back. She'll be. See, I'll pick her up.
Yeah, then she'd actually be pretty strong then.
I'll pick her up.
Yeah, Conan's a character I like to use just for fun. Like I wouldn't
literally.
I wouldn't use her to try and win it. It's more so like, oh nice, I'm hitting the toe. Oh nice, I'm I'm approaching with her jutsu, and her jutsu's like got weird tracking and it's funny, and stuff like that. Like that's what I like Konan for, and her chakra shuriken's cool whenever I do hit it, because it's so slow. When I do eventually hit it, it just feels very satisfying, and being able to convert off of it into like a combo or something is very satisfying to do. So,
Facts. But she has no guard pressure though. You can counter the third hit on guard.
oh really?
Yeah, like Dancer. Yeah, but because people don't know the matchup, they never.
Yeah,
do
with it.
Oh yeah, because I didn't know that. Like if we were playing right now and you were to combo
But
me,
you can convert. You can convert for kunai though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so you just beat the counter of a kunai.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't know that. Like if you were to guard pressure maybe with Konan's combos, I would have just stood there and took it until you hit the end of your string.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's only Konan. Like, even me putting her in the bottom of C tier is a stretch. Like, I had to dig deep for that one.
I mean, yeah, it's like you said though. Her awakening, you gotta then consider her awakening mode.
Yeah,
the whole other version of her, which is pretty good. So,
because her awakening, you know what made me change my mind? When I was playing against E on stream, and he was picking his. I don't even want to call it, bro.
Oh, come on, say it. Say the name. Say the name.
He was picking his stupid purple drip team.
Yeah, stupid purple drip team.
Yeah.
And he awakened, and obviously I was taking into account that other awakenings like Toby's like, because one thing I give credit to E, he makes everything useful. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Right. So like. He's using awakening actions, he's using obviously Sasuke, and then Konan was there in it. And I was like, hey yo, Konan's awakening is a problem, I can't touch this man. I was like, this man's pressuring me from everywhere, and it's just long. So I was like, yeah, fair enough, innit? Fair. So fair. So it was actually long.
Yeah, now her speed and awakening, especially if you've mastered movement like you guys, no one's catching you. No one's catching you.
Yeah, she's really good at escaping. Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, out of the characters, Poison said, like Sasuke and who's the other character you said? Sasuke and
I said Sasuke, Tsunade, and I even put like Sasori on there as well.
Wait, hold on. So you don't think that you think that Mu better than them?
So yeah, it's my personal opinion. I would choose Mu over those three.
No.
I mean, I don't know why you guys are acting like this is such a big surprise, because I've told you this ages ago. Like the amount of time I put into Mu, I
thought you thought about it and came to your senses.
I thought about it and I have come to my senses that right, okay. Here's the situation. This is how I'm gonna lay it down to you.
So wait. Can I ask you one question? Yeah. So out of all those characters, let's say you had a meta battle against a top player, and you had to pick between PTS, Sasuke, Sasori, and Mu. You're taking Mu.
Yes.
Why?
Oh my gosh!
You guys seem to forget that I am one of the best tilt players in the game. The straight back kicking. If I get a straight back with Mu, it's game over.
Well, you can do that. You can do that with PTS Sasuke. You can get strike back and you can convert.
PTS Sasuke is dead. Nah.
Oh my god!
It tracks.
No, I like Mu.
You like Poison?
No. I ain't trying to play Sasori's just not my player. That's the thing. Like when I play again, when I'm trying.
Whenever I have a lot of money, and we're still playing this game, bro, I'll actually bust you like £50 every time you hit that jutsu in a competitive set against a good player.
What Mu's jutsu?
Because I know for a fact that ain't happening against a good player.
Oh, I'd actually hold you to that. I get rich quick.
No, I hope you do.
Yeah,
that would be lit.
Yeah,
right in the comments.
Put me against anyone. I'm a jutsu spammer for life.
If I'm ever in a nice position where I will say to you, yo, when you're streaming, I will either rush you £50 or whatever we choose to do. Whether it's like I'll gift you every time you hit it, I'll gift you a sub.
Right.
I like a good few games as well, not like one game. Like I'll give you like a 1st to 5 or something.
Sure. Yeah.
And every time you hit it, I'll do that.
Easy
Because against a good player, it's not happening.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what you can do to even the best of players. Sometimes you can just land a random UJ and they'll land into it.
I expect you to land like what? I expect you to land no more than 10, no more, and that's even the stretch for me.
That's very sensible of you, and I reckon they're enough the same as well. I reckon they're enough.
Yeah, that's enough. Like
so I can make about
first to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah,
that would be my guess.
Yeah, that's cool. I can make quite a lot of money out of you then.
He was like, "Nice, my bank account's gonna get filled today. Let's go."
Yeah, it would. Oh yeah.
And whatever I do, he's gonna double it.
Huh? What did you say? Wait, whoa, wait! How'd you just roll me in like that?
He said.
Huh?
He said it so easily. He was like, he would double it too.
He said, "Yeah, I heard you got a sponsor. I know you got that one. Yeah, get that one."
Yeah. He said, "You got it, King."
Yeah. So sponsorship money's coming in. So he's got money to wipe his ass with now.
Yeah. He's rolling in it.
But I think like the main reason why I pick Mu so easily over those other characters is because it's just my playstyle. It's just my way of comfort of playing. Like Sasori obviously just ain't it for me. Again, Sasuke.
Yeah, Sasori I understand.
Like I'm a player that likes using tilts a lot. I like tilts that have elements to them and big hitboxes and speed or whatever. Like I don't like tilts that are kind of like taijutsu based. Like I don't like Rock Lee's tilt. I don't like Sasuke's tilt. I don't like Ino's tilts. Like I like PTS Ino's tilt because you can convert off of it, but I don't like taijutsu based tilts. I like tilts where they create something and just throw it at the enemy. Like in my opinion, I'm probably the only one that will say this, but like one of my most favorite tilts in the game is Konohamaru's tilts. Love it. Love Konohamaru's tilt because he's
you just love spamming the ball, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Low key, I feel like if I said to you to do, and this is a video idea, like your top 10 favorite tilts and why, bet money, Sage Kabuto is there. Do you know what I mean? 100%. I know you're gonna put him there. Sage Kabuto.
He's
with the snakes on the floor.
Slow though.
There's the snakes on the floor.
Bro,
I've made it work. I've made it work because they sit on the floor and people forget. So people will actually run into it in the neutral on accident, and it creates a lot of stun to land something or to land a chakra dash. So that's great. But
how many times I've been knocked away and then this man will tilt while I'm recovering?
Yeah,
and that's it. You can't dash on the floor now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good Oki setup, and it puts shit on the floor, so they can't. They got to carefully sidestep away from the snakes that are scattered everywhere. Like, so you're slowing down your opponent and their plan of action. That's what I like about his tilt. Yeah, I mean,
would just spam double dash at you. I can't lie. Or do Motherless Flame. Or get those snakes out.
Yeah, exactly. He has enough time to tilt twice.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, okay, then that's long. I don't want to waste resources on that.
Like I am when it comes to like tilts and grabs and stuff, I'm a huge fanatic of like stuff like that. Like so, PTS Sasuke, he doesn't have anything like fun or interesting. He just throws his body at you in his tilt, and with his grab, he puts you on your head and you're flat on the ground, and you can't do anything after it. So it's like. That's why I wouldn't pick him. I wouldn't pick Sasori because that's just not my style. Like my style again is like using tilts and movement and doing all sorts. With Mu, I feel like free. I feel like I can move swiftly around. I can literally throw the donut at you whenever you want. Get a strike back off of it, slow you down. Like as it's my style. It suits the way I play. If you guys were like as big tilt fanatics as I were, you'd understand.
I'm only a tilt fanatic with Mifune.
Oh yeah, obviously, because Mifune's got like an amazing tilt. Like he's got like, arguably one of the best tilts in the game. But like,
I spammed that in neutral just like a madman.
I've seen it. Like even in neutral, you do it. Like, even I do it. Like whenever I pick Mifune, like I'll chakra dash in front of someone, cancel the dash, I just tilt just for the sake of it.
It's amazing. Love
it's so funny.
And it's safe. Oh my gosh.
Aside, because I know we're talking about weak characters here, but I have to address this because. A lot of people. I had a conversation with my stream about this and a few friends as well because they're like, but that's your boy there. So I'm surprised you're even saying this. But I'm being realistic here. So reverting back to Mr. Armco's tier list.
Armco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Armco.
Armco Playboy.
Remix.
So he put Utakata at a high 80.
Interesting.
Right. So he put Utakata. I'll take the character he put Utakata over here because I remember off the top of my head because I was that surprised. Utakata is better than Minato. Both of them. He's better than Orochimaru. Better than Shizui.
Ooh.
He's better than Momoshiki. He's better than Itachi. He's better than who else? He's better than he's better than a good few people. Storm 3 Kakashi is better than he put him high.
Okay.
And then when he was saying to him, he was going through him. He was saying like he went through Utakata in it because I was challenging him. I was like, I know Utakata pretty well. I would like to stay in it. Yeah. I don't think he's that high.
Like yeah, I'm actually in the same boat as you, RJ. Like I rate Utakata. Like I'm with you on like putting him on the map. Like when you started playing him and you were like putting him on the map, I was on your side. I was like, yeah, like Utakata.
Because I remember saying to you, I was like, I think that he is gonna be relevant in Mel. Like I felt
put in the right team and played in this particular way. Yeah, I believe so.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And Playco's done that. Playco's done that. He's beaten he's won sets and everything with Utakata in the team.
Utakata's possible. Like I've destroyed people with him too. But
you see what I'm saying? But 8-8 high 80? Nah.
When we're comparing him to other characters like that, like she's sweet.
Like so much damage. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about
too specific. Like for me, I'll be honest, I feel like if someone argued low 80, I'd listen. I'll be honest.
I'd say that. Too.
I would listen. I'd listen. I would listen. I wouldn't say I wouldn't call you dumb. If someone slapped him below 80, I'd be like, fair enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? But this is where like I have to disagree. I actually don't know what you're gonna say about this, Poison, to be honest. Right. Yeah. Is that he put Shino, the older one, in B tier. I don't think Utakata is better than Shino. I'll be honest. I think I can. Shino.
I think I can always see why Playco did that because Playco and I come from the same place of having a huge love for Shino, and we both recognized his nerfs. Shino obviously isn't as great, and he isn't as fluid as what he used to be. He's kind of stiff like PTS Gara now in terms of cancels and fluid, but
but he's a neutral based character. Even though his combos aren't the best, he's neutral based. That's him.
That's right. I think this sort of goes to the point of what you said earlier, RJ, about when you briefly mentioned Playco's list about they sort of it works for Playco and his style. And like I think one thing we need to really consider is like not only do characters work with the with the player, like E likes Sasuke, PTS Sasuke because it works for him, but I like Mu because it works for me. Like that's our styles. Like we individually have our own styles. Like I love abusing tilts and abusing jutsus or whatever. So that's it works. Like and like so I think Utakata like it really like it aids Playco's like playstyle. Shino no longer does that for him. But then not only that, but then like I can sort of already preemptively see Playco's mindset on it. I believe like when you like put Shino and an Utakata against each other, like put them like stand them like in front of each other and then just have them both mash square at the same time.
Utakata win every time.
Utakata throws more projectiles out than Shino does. Shino throws them at a faster rate, but he throws one at a time. Utakata in some square hits can like blow up to 2 or 3 bubbles at a time on top of the bubbles that are already pre-existing in the air. So like
Utakata has more combo potential than Shino does. I know that because when Utakata jumps back in his combos, releasing bubbles, then you can switch off and then you've got all the time in the world to do anything you want. Yeah. So his combo potential is mad. Is putting bubbles on the field that just get in the way. It can also his bubbles. If you throw kunai right as his bubbles are hitting, it actually stun locks you as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that Utakata like isn't there, but I feel like Shino still edges it out. I'll be honest. I do feel like Shino's still better. I feel like Shino, in my opinion, if we're talking about all the square characters, I'm still putting Shino first. The only difference for me is that I'll put Shino instead of it being Shino, Deidara, Utakata. I would go Shino, Utakata, Deidara. That's the only difference for me. That's it. Apart from that, I'm still thinking Shino's. Shino is still like I understand that he got nerfs here, right? So he can't guard pressure the same. He's clunkier. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and especially before they patched it back, his air combo was punishable. Stuff like that, innit? Right? But since they reverted, bro, that stuff, yeah, with the recovery, the air combo and stuff like that, like he still does Shino stuff well. He still has good guard pressure for his jutsu. He can still play good keep out. He can still catch people being unsafe in the neutral and ninja moving to the side. If you ninja move to the side, his bugs track more. He still has, you know, you can still pressure somebody with your bugs, obviously with the up combo. You know, he's still got the stun, the down combo. He's still got the damage. Like, his chakra shuriken still track you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I still feel like he controls neutral better than Utakata in more ways. I feel like Utakata is a bit more specific. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
I feel like it's a very situational, like,
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, of course.
like,
But I thought that's what I mean. But that's where I go. I feel like Utakata being a bit more specific as a character than Shino, so I put Shino above him.
Yeah.
That's what ends it for me.
I feel like with Shino, yeah, in the terms of Shino versus Utakata, I feel like you get rewarded more for less when you play with Shino. Like, I feel like, like for example, I've played ranked, yeah, and people pick the typical Shino, that's Choji Dashka and someone else, maybe Naruto or something, yeah, and they'll literally stand there and mash square, and unless you play smart, you actually get punished. I don't really think you can do the same thing with Utakata. Like, I feel like you have to play smart with Utakata than you need to with
You have to
Shino.
put a lot more mind into it. Like, I can be a lot more brain dead with Shino than I am with Utakata. That's right.
Yeah. And I feel like there's that. So Utakata has a high learning curve, and I feel like you can put in less work and get more out of Shino than you can with Utakata.
I like with Utakata, I feel he just has a lot more. One thing it's typical coming from me. Utakata's tilt is great. A lot better. A lot better than Shino's tilt. His tilt is miles better than Shino's tilt.
I love this
tilt. The fact that you can chakra dash clash with his tilt, which means it's free. You're using no resources. I've literally, against some players who spam chakra dashes, they've done 5 chakra dash. I tilt every time. Their chakra bar's gone. I still got a full bar chakra because I'm using tilt, which is free.
and it clashes even on startup as well.
Exactly.
So he doesn't even have to climb into the bubble. Like,
the bubble's just got to kind of be there before he even sits in it, and like, you both clash. I love it.
And it has a back hit, so even if it misses, if you dash into it, you'll get knocked back. If you have a strike back, free strike back.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, as the tilt fanatic I am, that also helps me understand as to why Playco would put Utakata above Shino.
But would you put Utakata above Shino?
That's the very. I'm having a war inside my head about this because obviously the reason why is because like I'm a long time Shino player and I've had years from Storm 3 is when I started using him because he wasn't Shino was bad in gens. From Storm 3 onwards, I was that's like what 7-8 years now I've been playing Shino a lot, like competitively, like. Then ever since the Road to Boruto, not the Road to Boruto, the Next Generations patch when Momoshiki and Kinshiki came in, he got destroyed. Not destroyed, but like, he got like, I know he just got stripped of some really important things. Like like
his combat got stripped, but his neutral was combat. Like, so in terms of combat, he was weaker. Like
but to be honest, in my opinion, like his neutral is still good and it's still great. Yeah, you throw insects and the tracking's great, and obviously up combo is annoying and. Sometimes even when you're getting comboed by Shino, you can sub back into it if you're not careful. Yeah, that's cool. But like, I don't know. If I were fighting a Shino player, obviously I know how to fight one. I can. The way I look at it is, I can see myself actually probably beating up a Shino a lot easier than I would a Utakata player at a top level, I reckon, because. Shino, like.
Wouldn't you say that's because of experience though? You've had enough time to learn how to fight against.
Yeah, I haven't played enough Utakatas, like I guess.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So that also comes into play, the experience.
Yeah, but again, for me, it's a playstyle thing as well. Like when I pick up Utakata, I'm able to get into I can tap into a mindset where I can change my style entirely. I'm a lot more movement based. I'm a lot more kind of like how I am with Sage Kabuto. I'm placing stuff on the field just to stop people. To annoy people.
Yeah.
Like I purposely let people air combo me because I know that I have 3 bubbles right behind their neck about to stun them. So like like with Utakata, I always feel safe. Shino doesn't give me that security anymore. Like Shino doesn't offer anything to like can fake scenarios with Utakata. I can give my opponent false senses of security, making them think they're injuring me when really they're about to get screwed over by a bubble creeping up behind their back, and I love that. I can literally with confidence have no chakra, stare at a chakra dashing opponent, and just flick my analog stick and hit circle, and I know I'll be okay. Like it's just like I feel a lot more secure with Utakata. And even when I'm being aggressive, I feel like I have like a lot more of an edge. I don't get me wrong, I still love playing Shino. I still choose him voluntarily, and I still like do quite good with them. But I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of your fault, RJ. Ever since you showed me Utakata, like he's kind of like I can see where Pleiko is actually coming from, and I haven't really come up with a final answer. I think I'd need some time to like I think I need to go walk down by the river, sort of stare out, and just think about it. Like this is a very important thing to me because she knows my boy, mained him for 8 years, but I don't know. Utakata's
I found the boys it's not a Shino main anymore.
Who do you
I don't know, like Utakata, you can't ignore him. He's pretty existent right now,
Yeah.
We're about to say you're about to ask.
That's why he's one of my guys.
who do you think has a better jutsu, Utakata or Shino?
Shino for sure.
Shino.
Why?
God, he does everything better.
Yeah, so yeah, the jutsu comes out a little slower than Utakata's, but it travels faster than Utakata's, and it has multiple hits.
Yeah, but Utakata is also more unsafe. When he blows a bubble, he throws himself up backwards. Shino doesn't. He drops straight up.
Yeah,
I would say the only thing that is better is once Utakata's jutsu, once he does the input, you can't deny it. With Shino's, you can be mid-forming the jutsu, and if I dash quick enough.
Yeah,
but when you do that in the air, it's unlikely for it to happen.
No, it's not.
It happens. It still happens, but you're less likely. Yeah, but
no. With that RJ, with that RJ, I've done it before when I played Mitch. Basically, because I've played him so much, I can read him sometimes. So he was low on subs or chakra, and then what he likes to do is do a jutsu in the air. So if I'm too late, I'll get hit by it. And if I sub and dash, he'll be safe because you can block afterwards. So I saw him doing it. I just did a speed dash like instantly, and I managed.
Yeah, but that's a read.
Sometimes no. Sometimes you don't even have to dash. Sometimes you can just throw a kunai, and it would screw me up too.
That's a read. I'm not saying. I never said it's impossible. I said that when you do it in the air, the recovery, the startup time is faster. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said, it's longer when he does it on the floor than in the air. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. You can still interrupt it. I've still been interrupted when I'm doing it. Yeah. But the fact that you can jutsu and then continue pressure, Utakata cannot do that.
That was actually what I was about to say. Like the reason why I still think Shino's jutsu is better than Utakata's is because obviously I said it in my Shino guide. Like I like to do Shino's jutsu, and if I have nut chakra, I'll do 2 back to back. But I make sure not to do it too high in the air because they're in the air and they're floating to you. But I can stand behind them and then start throwing insects behind. I'm completely protected unless I'm going against an Inferno Fireball, then I'm screwed. But I'm completely protected. I'm throwing things into the neutral. I got stuff. You can't really do that as fast with Utakata. And even with Utakata, if you do his bubbles in the air, to do another one straight after, he does it a lot slower because, like RJ said, Utakata jumps back after the bubbles. So to cancel that with a ninja move and go into another jutsu, it takes a lot of like time and inputs. But with Shino, I can just do back-to-back like insects like a lot, like very fluently. And just options after the jutsu's out, like throwing stuff out into neutral. Utakata doesn't do that as fast and as efficiently. So for jutsu usage, I'd have to give it to Shino.
And Shino's jutsu hits grounded, and
true.
And you can also do that thing with the kunai with his jutsu, where you can continue comboing.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I feel like Utakata's tracking kind of like dies off after like 2 seconds. Like the bubbles are there, and then like I know the opponent can be anywhere; they can be literally right in front of him, but the bubbles are sort of just go brain dead and sort of sink into the ground.
Bruh, for real though,
like I don't know, like I've tried hiding behind the bubbles, and I watch them go in the ground, and like I'm just
literally.
I'm like, where are you going?
Bro, so your job's not done, bro.
Like you're still on the field, but you're like 6 feet under already. Like, come on, like what you done?
It's like, no, I got robbed. Don't want my chakra back.
I want a refund.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're good in different areas, but I just think Shino's more consistent. That's why I'm like,
I agree.
That's fair.
That's
'Cause I feel like-
that's the only if Utakata's more consistent, I'd be all here for it. Utakata's the best. I'd be preaching it to the sky. That's my boy. Come on now. Of course I'm gonna be preaching it. But if I'm staying realistic, Shino's just that bit more consistent. But if you're smart, then Utakata can do it too. But
yeah, you know what it is.
that's the player now I'm talking about. But if I'm talking about the pure character, Shino.
I feel like if you're a set up person and you know how to play mind games and you can read your opponent, I feel like I feel like it'd be easier to break your opponent with Utakata because you can the passive aggression with his bubbles
his
is
guard pressure
disgusting.
with his bubbles are so much better as well.
And you can pressure your opponent off screen. Like you can play neutral and then be moving, and your opponent can forget, oh crap, the bubbles are coming for me, and then they can waste the sub, and it's a sub trap as well. So like mentally, that's a lot for your opponent if they don't know the matchup as well. So I feel like it will be easier to break them if you're playing Utakata well.
And even his infinite, he has the only infinite where, because his infinite is specific to distance, but he has the only infinite where if you sub it, there's still bubbles coming.
Yeah,
still
I just directional sub. I deep that. I was like, this is gay.
Yo, that's what I mean. But that's it. What if I switch off at any time you directional sub into something now, and the bubbles are still coming?
It's long. It's all long.
During times I've directional subbed them into like Killer Bee's jutsu, and they're just holding guard pressure. The bubbles are still coming.
And his ultimate can be a sub trap, infinite strike back.
Oh my gosh. So one time, I'll be honest, I sent a message to him apologizing. Imagine, so his ultimate being a sub trap here, right, is best after a strike back. Because I go right underneath them.
Yeah, I do the same too.
Right underneath them. Oh, bro. So I ultimate, he subbed again. And then he got hit by the third one. I was like, so he better even free sub compensation.
I love these UJs that sub trap him. Like, PTS Keeper can do that too. It's so funny.
And I don't know if this happened to E, but remember when I ulted and he was behind? I don't know if it was you. I might be wrong. But he was behind
it was me. I remember.
It still clipped you. He was behind me.
Yeah, it was like an invisible. It was a phantom hit because it had a back hit, but the hitbox
because he
wasn't on me.
brings his head all the way around to the side. Is it?
I was like, what kind of BS is this, man?
Yeah. Speaking of botched UJs, you know whose UJs I fucking hate a lot? Like Sarah does. Because her whole body is a hitbox.
Bro. You know what it is,
bro. Don't even get me started, bro.
They never fix it either. It's been like that since day one.
E ultimated me from across the map, innit? Because I was saying to E, I was like, if I was you, I would just ultimate spam his neutral from Sarada, innit? Because it beats jutsus. Like, it beats jutsus because it's the ultimate, So imagine he ultimate cancels, I jump. I'm like, I can't dodge it, So I block it. Bro, I got sub-trapped and it hit me. Like, not subject. I got guard manipulated in the air, didn't hit the floor, and then got hit. I was like, what? I was like, that's cap. I was like, what's going on?
I just hate that her whole body is a hitbox because there's so many times I've sidestepped their, and to punish them because there's, Sarada stood in her stance or whatever, I'll dash her, and then as soon as I touch her body, I get caught in the UJ. I'm just like, what?
Yep.
Hate it.
Yes. I don't see people abuse it though. Maybe because she's DLC and she was a pre-order, but I really don't see anyone abuse her ult like that.
Yeah, I guess people should.
Bro, I would be using that as a zoning tool. Are you dumb?
Yeah, I wouldn't use it like against top players, but I'd use it against casuals.
Well, it's a zoning tool. I feel like you can still use if you're on the defensive.
It depends.
So if you're playing health lead and you got a like a Sarada, Madara, maybe a Shizui there or a Last Sasuke, I'd use it.
It's situational.
They're trying to dash into me what they're going to dash into ultimate.
Because it's safer to zone with her second hit than her ultimate, plus you save chakra.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, you wouldn't spam it, but I'd throw it.
Yeah, throw it out.
Only people they sub the second hit into dash. I just sub second hit ninja move ult. That's what I would do. Where you sub the second hit into ultimate, now you're gonna have to sub again or block.
Yeah.
And then I can just keep zoning you with my kunai.
Good luck.
But Sarada is something else. That ultimate, bro. Yeah, how many times that ultimate shagged me? Oh my god.
Yeah, she ain't she ain't nice in that regard, and she's quite a naturally strong character as it is. But
For real.
that's pretty much it for my topic of like weakest character and everything. And then obviously it's led us to discuss other things. So those of you who are watching at home and listening to us, we spoke about a lot of interesting and thought-provoking things that really makes you think about the game you play and your characters and who you think is the strongest in what regard in terms of tilts, ninja moves, and jitsus, and who you think is the weakest overall. But yeah, I didn't really have anything else to address, not unless anything you guys want to get off your chest before I end the podcast scene.
Bro, I was on Reddit, yeah, and then there was a vote, and then they were like, "Oh, what tier do you think PTS Tamari is?" And then there was like D, C, you know, B, A, or whatever S, yeah. Tell me why S tier was second. I was like, you guys don't play the game. You guys don't play the game. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No. Jesus.
Yeah,
but so you think she's broken?
now I have something to say for you people on Reddit. You know, you need to actually play the game. You need to make that judgment.
You people on Reddit.
That is unacceptable behavior. That is unacceptable. I'm not having it.
I get you're used to the game, yeah. But how did you jump to the conclusion that PTS Tamari is S tier? She isn't even played online like that, so I don't get it.
Bro, she's dead. Oh my god.
I just don't get it. I just want to understand. I'm not even coming for you.
I say her tilt. She's got a good tilt, but other than that, yeah, like
her tilt and her jutsu, and her jutsu even then it's like,
yeah. I don't really. I mean, she's always had a good.
If that jutsu had like a full vertical hitbox, then I might feel different. But
PTS Tamari's grab is always well. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to it in Storm 4, but in the past games, her grab had really good height to the hitbox. Like the height was extensive. So if you jump above her, she'll still hit you. But yeah, PTS Tamari just
they're smoking time.
Just ain't it. Just ain't it. But yeah,
I'd even argue that she's one of the weakest characters in the game. I could argue
that's
that.
fair. Yeah, a lot of people would put her in D tier. I wouldn't blame any. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. Like yeah, but anything else that you guys wanted to get off your chest in regards to Storm and the characters, or is that it before I end the podcast?
Nothing really, because obviously I've seen the time as well. I think the only thing is make sure to check out that link in the description about that loot crate, or Roman RJ is gonna come to your house with a shank.
yeah. Like I said, guys, you got to use the code MrAirforce464. It's all written in the description for you. Link is there. You know what to do. Go ahead and do that, and get yourself some sweet anime merch.
If anything, take a picture. Take a picture. Wait, if you get it, and send it to E's Twitter as well.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, let you know what you get.
Let him know that you got it. Like, let him know.
And tell him what you get.
Please do, because a couple of people got it, and I'm just like, who bought this?
Send him what you got, you know, because you're gonna get different items for like what he got. So like, you know, see what the tech is, see what you got.
Honestly, yeah, no, support the cause, man. Support the cause.
Yeah. Alrighty, so yeah, that was today's podcast talking about weak characters, and it's led us to talk about other character strengths and particular characters' gimmicks and whatnot, and you know, a lot of opinions thrown out as always. You know, from us as usual between the three of us, we differ quite a lot between the three of us. It's good.
But that's why they like us. We're three different people. Even though people think me and E are the same, we're not.
they thought we were brothers. It was like, yeah, no.
I think it's because you're both from London.
Like, you sound the same.
Yeah,
shut up.
It probably doesn't help you're both from, like, it probably doesn't help you're both from like the same city and everything. Like you both,
we have the same accent. We're deep black boys.
Deep black boys.
Yeah. That don't mean we're the same.
No, a lot of people do get the two of you confused, like when they just hear your voices. So
how many times I stream it? Yo, you sound like E. Why doesn't he sound like me? So we're not doing this anymore. First it was you're Poison and E's friend. What? No,
Yeah. No, you're not RJ. You don't have your identity. Your identity is that you are our friend.
yeah, I mean, like, that's my identity. I'm your friend. That was the first thing, and now I'm not even. My voice isn't even mine anymore. I like E.
Hey, yo, why'd you still use voice, man? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why can't I
Jeez.
sound like RJ? What's going on?
Yeah.
E doesn't have my signature chuckle that I can't help.
Yo, you know,
That's true.
who was
Actually.
it? I forgot who it was. Was it Boroshiki? He was like, yeah, E, now RJ has an evil laugh. You shouldn't laugh. And I was like, this is what I've been telling him. I told him. He didn't believe me.
Yeah. I see that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Brilliant.
But yeah, so yeah, that's what I got off my chest, innit?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's understandable. No worries. Well, you know, I'm gonna have to bring the podcast to an end. It's been a very good talk. Very good talk this time. Not sure who the next podcast is going to because it's been so long. Oh, is it E next? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, it's me. I lied. No, it's me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's me.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the next podcast, whenever we can get that round, hopefully soon. I'm pretty sure we can find the time to do it soon.
Hopefully,
it'll be
Jesus.
it'll be on RJ's channel. So you know, those of you who watch the 3 of our channels, be sure to stay out and look out for that. And yeah, but we'll do the closing outros here for each of us. So yeah, Eve, you have any closing words you want to say?
Yeah, no, it's been your boys E, you know, you got some people trying to steal my voice out here, can't believe it, but you know. Honestly, check out the Loot Crate link if you want to know what Loot Crate is and you know what you get. Check out my unboxing video. I did an unboxing video, but yeah, if you're interested, please purchase one. You know, it supports the channel. But yeah, that's it. Shout out to my fellow wolves for, you know, shouting out the link and, you know, getting me the extra dough. I love it, man.
He's just full honest about it. Love it. Yeah, and yeah, definitely be sure to go check out E_B, also known as MrAirforce464. Again, use the code Airforce464 when you get the anime Loot Crate at the checkout. Make sure to go follow the link. You know, get it all set up for you. You know, make sure to help out my man, Mr. Air Force. You know, YouTube.
Bro, then RJ's gonna come with a shank, like I said.
Exactly. You know, there's consequences. So make sure that when you're getting your anime merchandise, that you think about your boy Mr. Air Force out here. So yeah, so yeah, be sure to check him out. Obviously, Mr. Air Force channel links and stuff and socials will be in the description below. And RJ, do you have any closing words for yourself?
Not much. Then I'm glad if for those who made it this far in the video, real ones. Hey, if anything, if you made it this far in the video, just put like a little message at the bottom, yeah, right. So we all know that hey, yo, people genuinely watch this to the end. Love to see it. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, it'll be hilarious. The video will be uploaded 1 minute ago, and then someone will comment, "Yeah, I made it to the end of the video." It's just like how?
How? Say just 6 past. Say just 6 past to talk to you, buddy.
Yo, guys, that was great talk. Best podcast ever. It's like, dude, like the video just got up. You're the first viewer.
But yeah, road to 1K by the end of the year.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
I'm currently sitting on I think 657 as we speak.
All right.
So yeah, so road to 1K for the end of the year. So I hope you guys do check out my channel. I've got some good, you know, I'm a smart guy, you know, like I'm alright. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
alright.
Yeah, I'm alright. You know what I mean? A lot of people are asking me for a waffling video, innit? So a video where I just put gameplay and just talk.
Yeah.
So I can talk, I can do that. So yeah, so if you're interested in me just talking about nothing, then by all means come down. And yeah. So just subscribe to the channel while you're there. It's free.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, be sure to go and check out RJxHunterz. He has his own guides, his own style of videos. He's even done some good one-off videos, very similar to like my comedy videos of like the Sasuke player, the different types of Sasuke players. He did the same for Naruto. So if you're ever interested in the different types of Naruto players there are after watching my Sasuke players one, be sure to go to RJ's channel and check that out. And like I said, go to RJ's channel and check out his stuff. And yeah, he is known to be a professional waffler. He talks a lot, and he can do it for a very long period of time as well. So you know, if you just want to listen to someone talk about literally anything or even Naruto related stuff while you're playing Naruto, be sure to go check out RJ's channel. And again, 1K coming up around the horizon. You know, you guys have helped me reach it, and you guys guys can help RJ do it too. So, you know, if you like all three of us and you want to see more of RJ and give him a reason to upload some more, be sure to go ahead and check out RJxHunterz. All of his channel stuff and all of his socials have been in the description, so you can go ahead and check him out, show him your love. And yeah. And from me, it's been your boy Poison Okami, as always, out here with the fellow wolves. You know, it's always great doing collabs with these two. It's always great doing podcasts. We will have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. As always, we never...
It's like coming home.
Literally, we never have a dull moment. And there's always more to come between the three of our channels for you guys, for you lovely shinobi to enjoy. But yes, I'm going to end the podcast here. Thank you all of you who sat here and listened or even watched. And I hope you have a great day. As always, it's been your boy Poison Okami. Mata ne.
See ya.
Peace.